Growing up, we lived in a small town in western Missouri. My dad was a meat cutter. My mom was a nanny. And so we always had kids at the house. My mom was always nannying multiple kids at the same time. As mom and dad aged, mom had more significant health problems than when I was younger. She was in and out of the hospital a lot. She was on a significant amount of medication that my dad needed to manage. And she was eventually diagnosed with dementia. They had about $80,000 in their bank account. The house was paid, and Dad did have a small life insurance policy that I think gave us about maybe $80,000. I think that we got around $250,000 for the sale of the house. And Social Security, I think we get about $2,300 a month, and so that was such a huge help. My mom wanted to remain at the house, and I wanted her to be able to do that if it was possible. But with her health issues, as well as her memory issues from dementia, I kind of knew from the straight away that it was probably not going to happen. But that's what she wanted to do, and I wanted to be able to provide that for her if I could. I was able to hire a home health aide who came in during the day. She organized mom's medications, she cooked meals, she packaged meals for the evening, she did the grocery shopping, she helped mom with bathing, and allowed mom not to be so isolated. Mom had a big trigger with finances. She was always concerned about running out of finances, and so she would not allow me to have somebody stay overnight. So listen, I had to do what I could, and so we had the home health aide during the day. At night, that meant the mom was alone. I kind of knew we were going to get to a point where we needed to have a conversation with mom that this is not healthy for you. But trying to convince mom of that was challenging, right? She knew in her head that she couldn't take care of herself, but she knew that I would be there. Now, keep in mind, I have a full-time job. I have a family, plus the added stress that I was 30 minutes away. So it's not like I could just pop in there every other second. So that was a lot of stress that was added to me, and it was just a stressful situation. The social workers were really talking to me about, listen, at this point, the number of stays in the hospital is so much. Is this an avoidance to just not pay for assisted living? That she needed this level of care, but you're just not willing to take the dive. And so you can't use the hospital and then these rehab stays, because the rehab stays would be covered by Medicare. You can't use these as a way just to avoid assisted living cost. So at that point, she was like, okay, I'll sign the contract. It was really striking. She really thrived. She made friends and always had dinner and lunch and breakfast with the same group of ladies. She paid $5,800 for the room. And then there was a separate payout for healthcare fees that came to about $1,300 a month. The hospital trips increased, and so did her healthcare fees. It went from $1,300 a month to $2,000, sometimes even up to $3,500, which was significant. Those were times when she would just return from the hospital. She couldn't feed herself. She couldn't walk. She couldn't get out of bed. She couldn't dress herself. And so her memory had gotten so bad that they had decided to move her into the memory care unit. The memory care was $8,500 for the room, and then the healthcare fees standard was $1,800, but depending on how she was doing, it went up to $3,000 to $3,500. It could be significant. But after being in the memory care, there's more staff involvement, more hands-on care, and they were constantly having them do fun activities. And mom was constantly making me bracelets, and they were having happy hour, and she was doing great. Her health improved for many months. And so her healthcare fees went back down to the $2,000 or even to the $1,300. So that was great. Finances was a trigger, and it's not like we have endless funds. They knew based on her frailty that she was not going to be able to walk again after that surgery. And so she was completely wheelchair bound. She really needed 24/7 skilled care. Every month when I look at the checking account, I get more and more anxiety. We were getting lower in funds. So I wanted to move her to the skilled nursing, but I also wanted to make sure that they also took Medicaids, because I knew eventually we were going to run out of money and we would have to move to Medicaid. It was $11,000 a month for the 24-hour skilled nursing and 0 healthcare fees. It's all figured into it, which was great. I maybe have 1 more month to pay and then we'll be done. I mean, it was worth it. It was worth it 100%.